What's up, guys? It is Thursday, November 3rd. It's 11:35 a.m. and this is the crypto newsletter. So starting off, yesterday was quite a day for DeFi innovation. So JP Morgan executes first trade on a public blockchain, Polygon, using a modified version of Aave and tokenized deposits and bonds, plus verifiable credentials. We covered that in the video yesterday, our newsletter, and here was the link to that. And I'll run through that, as well as something huge happened. The Bank of International Settlements announces a project investigating the use of automated market makers for cross-border foreign exchange of wholesale CBDCs. All right, that's a lot to unpack, but we're going to go through it because it's the confirmation that we needed. I don't think we needed it, but it's just more confirmation as far as like it's set in stone. You can read through the lines through these things and it's like it's set in stone. So for the Monetary Authority of Singapore, we got first industry pilot for digital asset and decentralized finance goes live. All these pilots are going and research to pilots to full scale live, like it's happening. Singapore, the Monetary Authority of Singapore announced today that the first industry pilot under the Monetary Authority of Singapore Project Guardian that explores potential decentralized finance applications and wholesale, one of our keywords, funding markets, has completed its first live trades. More industry pilots have been launched to test the application of asset tokenization and DeFi across a broader range of use cases in the financial sector. Under the first industry pilot, DBS Bank, JP Morgan, SBI Digital Asset Holdings conducted foreign exchange and government bond transactions against liquidity pools comprising of tokenized Singapore government securities bonds, Japanese government bonds, and Japanese yen and Singapore dollar. A live cross-currency transaction involving tokenized Japanese yen and Singaporean dollar deposits was successfully conducted. In addition, a simulated exercise was performed involving the buying and selling of tokenized government bonds. DeFi enables financial transactions to be performed by entities directly with one another using smart contracts without financial intermediaries. The live transactions executed under the first pilot demonstrate that cross-currency transactions of tokenized assets can be traded, cleared, settled instantaneously among direct participants. This frees up costs involving in executing trades through clearing and settlement intermediaries and the management of bilateral counterparty trading relationships as required in today's OTC markets. In partnership with DBS Bank, JP Morgan, SBI has released a white paper that summarizes the broad learnings from this first pilot, including the benefits of digital asset interoperability and transaction efficiency that institutional DeFi protocols can introduce to financial markets. Since the announcement of Project Guardian in May of 2022, the Monetary Authority of Singapore has engaged in financial industry to identify key areas of collaboration. These include carrying out industry pilots with financial institutions and fintechs in Singapore and other jurisdictions to develop good asset tokenization use cases for financial services. Such pilots allow the industry to identify opportunities to unlock economic value. Dude, all the keywords are in here. And surface potential risk management issues. Studying regulatory and risk management implications of tokenized asset transactions, such as the regulatory treatment of tokenized liabilities and appropriate governance for institutional DeFi structures to promote oversight and accountability. Developing technology standards to support interoperability across the digital asset ecosystems with the potential to facilitate cross-currency transactions of tokenized assets globally. This involves first establishing a common identity and access framework supported by trust anchors, regulated financial institutions that screen, verify, and issue verifiable credentials to entities that wish to participate in the DeFi protocols. Arising from the industry engagements, they're launching 2 new industry pilots: trade finance. Standard Chartered Bank, you guys got to watch a video from yesterday because we did cover this and we had said the connections with Standard Chartered, HSBC, everything like that. But Standard Chartered Bank is leading an initiative to explore the issuance of tokens linked to trade finance assets. The project aims to digitize the trade distribution market by transforming trade assets into transferable instruments that are more transparent and accessible to investors. And then wealth management, HSBC and UOB are working with MarketNode to enable native digital issuance of wealth management products enhancing issuance efficiency and accessibility for investors. Then it goes through, they're welcoming further proposals from the industry to address the key focus areas of Project Guardian: open interoperable networks, trust anchors, asset tokenization, institutional grade DeFi protocols, and they invite more people to submit proposals to their fintech regulatory sandbox for live experimentation. And they said the live pilots led by industry participants demonstrate that with the appropriate guardrails in place, digital assets and DeFi have the potential to transform capital markets. We're talking about a global transformation of capital markets, money, everything of value. This is the greatest opportunity of our lifetimes. This is a big step towards enabling more efficient and integrated global financial networks. Project Guardian has deepened the Monetary Authority Singapore's understanding of the digital asset ecosystem and has contributed to the development of Singapore's digital asset strategy. They look forward to working with more institutions to advance global learning on policy standards and best practices for digital asset regulation and responsible innovation. Nice. Good stuff. I'm going to dive into this later, but now let's keep going because this was huge. Absolutely huge. The Bank of International Settlements. That's the big kahuna. It's at the top of the pyramid. And central banks of France, Singapore, Switzerland to explore cross-border central bank digital currency trading and settlement using DeFi protocols. Project Mariana. So Project Mariana is what they're calling it. Will use DeFi protocols to automate foreign exchange markets and settlement. Automated market makers can become the basis for a new generation of financial infrastructure. Exploration on cross-border exchange of wholesale CBDCs is the first to involve 3 hub centers. The BIS Innovation Hub is launching a new project around CBDCs and decentralized finance protocols as part of its 2022 work program. Project Mariana explores automated market makers for the cross-border exchange of hypothetical Swiss franc, euro, and Singapore dollar wholesale CBDCs. It will seek to examine the potential between financial institutions to settle foreign exchange trades in financial markets, and the project involves the Eurosystem, Singapore, Switzerland, BIS Innovation Hub centers together with the Bank of France, Monetary Authority of Singapore, and Swiss National Bank. The aim is to deliver a proof of concept by mid-2023. Project Mariana uses DeFi protocols to automate foreign exchange markets and settlement, potentially improving cross-border payments and supporting a priority of the Group of 20. Today, DeFi, built on public blockchain, uses smart contract protocols to automate markets for crypto and digital assets. Automated market makers protocols combine pooled liquidity with innovative algorithms that determine the prices between 2 or more tokenized assets. In the future, similar AMM protocols could form the basis for a new generation of financial infrastructures, replacing the plumbing of the traditional financial system. Facilitating the cross-border exchange of CBDCs. This pioneering project pushes our CBDC research into innovative frontiers, incorporating some of the promising ideas of the DeFi ecosystem. Mariana also marks the first collaboration across innovation hub centers. Expect to see more in the future. That's right. So, first of all, what's a Mariana? Mariana of the sea. So the Mariana Trench, we got, the deepest part of the ocean. So think about that. The Mariana Trench is the deepest part of the ocean. And what is this Project Mariana? What is it doing? They're utilizing deep liquidity pools. So they named it probably Project Mariana because of how it's automated market makers that combine deep pools of liquidity, right? And we know Ripple, on-demand liquidity hub. Ripple in itself is, like a ripple wave or whatever. It's like water, right? So it's like we get these little key hints, these key clues into what they're saying. And then what they're saying in here and how they present it, the wording, and then this diagram I'm going to show you just really just wraps it up. It's the cherry on top. So now we get into this Project Mariana, CBDCs and automated market makers. We got decentralized finance employs public blockchain networks and smart contracts to build open, transparent, composable, and non-custodial financial protocols. Today, one of the main activities in DeFi is the decentralized exchange of tokenized assets via so-called automated market makers. These are a kind of smart contract that uses liquidity pools to transfer digital assets automatically, as opposed to the traditional process of matching buyers and sellers and seeking consent for each operation. As DeFi and its applications have the potential to become systemically important parts of the financial ecosystem, central banks need to understand their impact for cross-border payments. Project Mariana investigates the use of automated market makers to automate foreign exchange markets and settlement, potentially improving cross-border payments. AMM protocols that combine pooled liquidity with innovative algorithms to determine the prices between two or more tokenized assets could form the basis for a new generation of financial infrastructures facilitating the cross-border exchange of CBDCs. Thus, the project provides significant contributions to the G20 priority of making cross-border payments faster, cheaper, and more transparent. Project Mariana is a joint project between the Switzerland, Singapore, and Eurosystem, the Bank of France, Monetary Authority of Singapore, and the Swiss National Bank. The project explores the use of AMMs for the cross-border exchange of hypothetical Swiss franc, Euro, Singapore dollar wholesale CBDCs between financial institutions to settle foreign exchange trades in financial markets. Real quick, because central CBDC policymaker toolkit, we gotta always revisit it because, like, I mean, it just shows you the way here. Find, and then we go to wholesale right here. Most relevant for wholesale central bank digital currency, crypto assets designed for inter or intra-bank payments and settlements. Examples, JPM coin and XRP. So most relevant for wholesale CBDC, inter or intra-bank payments and settlements. And then we have this right here saying potentially, this right here saying the project explores the use of cross-border exchange of multiple different currencies that are wholesale CBDCs between inter financial institutions to settle foreign exchange trades in foreign markets. I mean, you couldn't get much clearer than that right there. Like, so now let's keep going. The project has three main objectives: explore the design and application of AMMs for wholesale CBDCs, investigate if a supra regional network could work as an efficient, trusted hub for cross-border settlement, and research wholesale central bank digital currency governance models within that network. So the supra regional network is at the heart of the project's modular architecture. The network hosts AMMs for the exchange of wholesale CBDCs via multilateral and bilateral currency pools and deploys bridges with regional networks. The AMM design, trade-offs, business and policy considerations are also examined. What is XRP, right? It's a bridge currency. It's a deep liquid bridge currency, multi-currency, basically, because if you have XRP, you can convert it into a Singapore dollar or the Swiss franc or the euro. Like, by holding XRP, you virtually hold every currency because you can automatically convert it into a different currency in seconds, right? So it is a bridge currency being utilized. It's a neutral bridge asset being utilized as a bridge for the cross-currency conversion of these wholesale central bank digital currencies. What does that mean? XRP is a supranational currency. It's a global currency that can be converted into local currencies. Guys, it's game changer. Supra-regional network. This is the X pool, right? It's the pool of XRP that is being held as collateral that can be literally converted into the euro, into the Swiss franc, into the Singapore dollar. Like, you have a multilateral pool, so all of them pool together, and then you have bilateral pools where, you know, you have the direct exchange, so between two. So, like, I mean, it's like, guys, this is crazy. They're literally spelling it out here with this Project Mariana overview, and you can even see. So we see the diagram here. But guys, if you haven't seen this video yet, Ripple XRP, the Phoenix world currency, the signs are there. You guys got to watch this. I put the connections together for you in this one. Crazy, crazy. But so where did I want to go with this? It was right here. So this document, by e-currency. It was back years ago, and it said strictly confidential, do not distribute. So like it was a strictly confidential document. In it, it said digital fiat currency, which is central bank digital currency, has all the beneficial characteristics of physical currency, but digital fiat currency is legal tender issued by a central bank, sovereign denomination, monetary base, universal and interoperable, instant settlement, true to the three tests of currency, common unit of account, store value, medium of exchange. But digital fiat currency is not Bitcoin, which is a cryptocurrency. It's not blockchain, which is the technology enabling Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. It's not distributed ledger technology, DLT database for blockchain. It's not a supranational currency, which is Ripple's XRP, and it's not an ICO. Supranational currency, Ripple XRP, and then you have a supra-regional network that's a liquidity pool acting as a bridge to these wholesale central bank digital currencies that we know, the most relevant for wholesale central bank digital currencies and crypto assets designed for inter or intra-bank payments and settlements, XRP. On top of it, the liquidity pools, you have on-demand liquidity, which is XRP. You have Liquidity Hub. Come on, man. Like the writing's on the wall. And then if you haven't already, you guys got to watch this video from yesterday I did. This secret 500-year-old world currency wrote the script for XRP. It's a must-watch video. Literally, there was a virtual world currency, private currency that was only kind of exchanged between the central bankers and the bankers back in the medieval times. And it was basically what XRP is today, but we have the technology to really support it at an efficient global level. You guys got to watch his videos from yesterday. All right, now let's keep going crazy and watch that Phoenix video too. That was a couple weeks ago, maybe back in September. So you can see XRP, Ripple, this is April 21st, 2022, by offering customers access to deep liquidity pools. Like, remember the Mariana Trench, how it's the deepest part of the ocean? Deep liquidity pools and optimized pricing. So optimized pricing, right? So that basically is innovative algorithms that determine the prices between two or more. Like really, this is crazy. Optimized pricing for an array of digital assets. The new plug-and-play Ripple Liquidity Hub platform will enable enterprises to confidently enter a crypto future. Here's how. The next evolution of crypto for business. This was this year. The writing's on the wall. I mean, it really is. The writing is on the wall. Also, so I'm going to end off this video, but today, so usually like these, everybody loves the riddlers, right? It keeps the XRP community going, trying to guess when the date is. Usually with these Riddler accounts, they post everything like backwards. So this says March 11, 2021, but you would flip that to be November 3rd, I believe. So like today's November 3rd. This guy said Flare will only launch. And it's funny because Flare is supposed to launch around this time, but Flare will only launch when the Tether bubble pops. Until then, accumulate and let the timeline go on, okay? Phase 3 is a big milestone for some people years deep. Nothing happens till 5782. I don't know what that means. And we are in it. Just let's get to February 18th and ride it to September 2022. This was back in 2021. So it's interesting, very interesting. All of this, I don't know what's going to come from it, but I mean, we already seen Terra Luna pop. It would be a shame to see Tether pop. Who knows what that will bring on as far as the crypto markets. And I know there's been a ton of FUD around Tether for years now. And this, like even the ring around this looks like a nuke just blowing up. Like there's a lot of signs to say that Tether is a fraud. Tether announced today it has entered, but last year, I guess, they entered a partnership with Nota Being designed to help Tether improve its global compliance and transparency. It looks like they're trying to work with regulators and comply with everything, but you never know. You never know what's happening behind the scenes and if they're really operating a legit thing here. But this is definitely a black swan, Tether blowing up for sure. But everything will probably take a hit, but the ones that are like not, because Tether has been accused of manipulating the price of Bitcoin, other cryptos. So I'm sure in that kind of scenario, Bitcoin would tank, everything else would get dragged with it. But ultimately, after the dust is settled, the ones that like the XRPs and stuff like that would rise like a phoenix out of the ashes. Everything is literally connected together. So that's it for this newsletter, guys. Bank of International Settlements have been activated. Project Mariana, crazy times ahead, more confirmation every day. This is the type of stuff that we could only wish for it to hear and be announced years ago. Now we're finally getting it. So truly a great time to be alive. It's tough out there in the world, but there's a lot of hope on the way. So if you haven't already, link in the bio of this video, go to stargate-ventures.com, get your free crypto masterclass accelerator right here. It's totally free. Just put your info in. It'll get sent right to your email. You get access right away. Get prepared for what's about to come. You get access to the 13 fundamental videos preparing you for a macro mindset for the next coming crypto craze. The time to do it is now before things get crazy in the markets. And then also to the link in the bio, there'll be a link to the Discord. Come and join the Discord. We have all these crypto signals here. We have for XRP, XLM, XEC, all the ISO coins we have for Bitcoin, all these other ones right down here. So you can get updated real time when they flash their buys or sell signals. So that's it for this video, guys. I will see you in the next one.